Growth is coming where nobody can see it. And that's when it hit me. Have you ever looked around at your life and thought, everything should be fine? The bills are paid, the family's okay, you've accomplished things. People probably think you're doing great, but for some reason you're tired, disconnected, and maybe even a little lost. In this video, I wanted to share what my garden taught me about why so many people get stuck in midlife and why the answer isn't what most people think. Because I spent years trying to fix my life by working harder, and it never worked. If you're feeling stuck, exhausted, or disconnected right now, this may be exactly what you need to hear. I think I found the answer. You ever notice how some of the people who seem the strongest are probably carrying the most? I've been thinking about that a lot lately. Because if you looked at my life from the outside, there were a lot of seasons, a lot of times where everything looked okay. I had a business, I had responsibilities, I had goals, I had things to do and places to be. And if somebody asked me how I was doing, I'd probably say what most people say, I'm good. But here's what I've learned. Looking okay and being okay are not the same things. And I think a lot of people, they reach midlife carrying things they never stopped long enough to look at. Not because they're weak, but because they're busy. Busy surviving, busy working, busy taking care of everyone else. Busy keeping the wheel turning round and round. And after enough years of that, something starts to happen. Life still works, but it doesn't feel right. You wake up tired, you lose interest in things, and you feel disconnected from people you love. You become short-tempered and frustrated, restless and discontent, as a matter of fact. Not because you're broken, because you've been carrying the weight for a long time, and nobody's taught you what to do with it. For most of my life, I thought the answer was to push harder, work harder, figure it out, stay busy, keep moving. If something felt uncomfortable, I could outrun it. If something hurt, I'd distract myself. If something scared me, I'd work more. The problem is, whatever you're carrying always catches up to you, sooner or later. And that's what I think a lot of people are experiencing right now. The world calls it stress, burnout, midlife crisis. Maybe sometimes I think it's simpler than that. Sometimes it's just years of unresolved stuff stacked up, stacked up, stacked up on top of each other. The disappointments, the failures, the losses, the regrets, fears, resentments. Things we never processed because life kept moving. And then one day, we wonder why we're exhausted. Lately, I've been spending more and more time in my garden. And gardening has become one of those greatest teachers I've ever had. Because every time I walk out there, I'm reminded of something important. Growth doesn't happen because you force it. Growth happens because you create the conditions for it. Think about that. A few weeks ago, I was standing right here looking at my tomato plants, and I caught myself doing something ridiculous. I was checking it every day. Maybe you've done that before. You plant something on Monday and you check it on Tuesday. Nothing. Wednesday, nothing. Thursday, still nothing. And if we're not careful, we start thinking nothing is happening. But underneath the soil, everything is happening. Roots are forming, systems are developing, growth is coming where nobody can see it. And that's when it hit me. Most of us judge our lives by what's visible. The results, the money, the relationship, the business, the success. But real growth starts underground, long before anybody sees it, including us. Maybe the reason you're frustrated right now isn't because you're failing. Maybe it's because you're digging up the seeds every day to see if they're growing. Maybe you've been demanding visible proof from the process that's still happening underground. You can't force a tomato plant to grow. You can't yell at it, grow! You can't pressure it. You can't shame it. You prepare the soil, you plant the seed, and you water it. And then you wait. And somehow, we've convinced ourselves that human beings are not different. We think we can force ourselves into peace, force ourselves into happiness, and force ourselves into healing. But it doesn't work that way. Healing works more like gardening. You prepare the soil, you remove the choking growth, the weeds, you weed your garden, you create space, you tell the truth, you ask for help when you need it, you become willing. And then growth starts showing up slowly and quietly, almost invisible at first. The older I get, the more I believe most people don't need another strategy. They need honesty, real honesty. The kind where you stop pretending everything is fine. The kind where you admit you're tired, or you're lonely, or angry, or even scared. The kind of honesty where you finally stop carrying everything alone. Because here's the truth. Most people don't struggle because they're weak. They struggle because they've been strong for too long. They've been carrying responsibility, expectations, and pressure, and they convince themselves they should be able to handle it all alone, all by themselves. I know this story because I lived that story, and maybe you have too. Maybe that's why this message found you today. Maybe life looks okay from the outside, but something feels off on the inside. And if that's you, I want to leave you with something. One thought. You don't have to fix your entire life today. You don't have to solve the next 10 years all at once. And you don't have to figure everything out. You just have to take one honest step. Maybe that's a conversation. Maybe it's a prayer. Maybe it's asking for help. Maybe it's admitting something you've been avoiding. One honest step. That's all it's going to take. Because healing doesn't happen all at once. Just like the garden. It happens a day at a time. Even a second at a time. One seed at a time, one step at a time. And if this connected with you, you're doing the work, even if you don't know it yet. Keep going. You're worth it. I'll be in my garden a lot this year, and I hope to see you. Come back for more. Thanks.